Okay, welcome everybody to our meeting, and we'll go around and introduce ourselves. We'll start with you, Aaron.
Aaron Kensinger, Stahly Engineering.
Bill Stott with Guy Tabacco Construction.
Sam Carlson, Commissioner.
Joe Dellwo, Commissioner.
Brian Bedord, Commissioner.
Brian Colesworthy, County Planner.
Paula, Jaconetty, Clerk and Recorder.
Melody Martinson, Choteau, Acantha.
Okay, thank you everybody, and we have minutes for March 6th meeting to approve.
I would move to approve those minutes.
I just have one set.
Public comment.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have to. So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We have two road encroachments. One is for new power line going up Sherman Lane, west of the river. And it's from Northwestern Energy. So if I could get
I move to approve. I'll second.
any further discussion?
Has,
Steve
Steve
has signed
signed.
it.
Yeah, it's all.
Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Another road encroachment for Three Rivers Communications. They're crossing 10th Road northeast and then running a fiber optic line along the side of the road for a ways for a new fiber optic hookup. This one is signed by Steve as well.
I would move to approve that. I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, so Mark was in and asked us to declare they have a 1994 car hauler trailer. He wants to declare the surplus for the weed department so they can sell it.
Did they haul four-wheelers on it or something?
Yeah, that's what they haul.
I move to declare surplus. Second, if they don't need it anymore.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, we got a request earlier in the month mail for a letter of support for a grant for GID. And it's for a hydropower project on the Mary Taylor Canal. Irving was in and we told him that we would gladly write a letter of support. And I think I have an extra copy for you, but can we have a
Perfect.
motion to approve that?
I would move to approve that letter. I'll second.
Any further discussion? I guess my only thing is that occasionally we get these mail and the timing, if we waited until the meeting to do it, would have been too late for his grant, so we went ahead and budged a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Peters Minor Subdivision.
We're requesting that to be tabled to the next, commissioners meeting. We're just still waiting for Stahly Engineering to finish up. We just received it last week, so he has 20 days to review the final subdivision review.
Okay, we tabled it last meeting, so we can just leave it on the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, and that brings us to the health grant resolution. And it's resolution 2509, and it's for money received for the public health accreditation, and it's for the amount of $22,500. So if I could get a motion on that.
I would move to approve that. I'll second. How much was it?
22,500.
Is the money from DPHHS?
Oh, I'm assuming that's where it came from. Do you know for sure? Paula?
Excuse me, no, I don't. Did you sign the task order? Do you remember?
I'm 99.9%
Okay.
sure it's DPHHS. Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries, which brings us to our building portion of the meeting.
Quick.
I'll just start off, met with the ambulance director and the DES director, and they were emphatic that they did not wanna shrink the building down, as we discussed at the last meeting. They would rather get the shell of the building, and then if we have the shell, they think that we can get community fundraisers and support and just finish it piecemeal.
Right.
At the, and it was a really good point. If we don't do it now, we're never gonna do it.
No.
So if we're ever gonna have those meeting rooms and the other amenities that are in there. So they were very, I think they're taking a long-term look, and I appreciated that. But I think that what we wanna do is go with the health department being finished, and then just the shell of the building with concrete floor all the way to the south. And then we'll just, when we
Okay.
get funds in the future.
Looking at.
So I'm trying to think of all we're up to option E here with scenarios of how we were gonna do it, I guess.
Why don't we start with option D, because that is the shell, cold shell period at the end, just to give you a base number. So he's at
Yeah.
$2 million there,
Okay.
and then obviously we wanna build on top of that. So,
I don't know if I have one that represents just the, health department's build
department.
out.
Option C,
that's option,
option C.
C was a little bit smaller building, cause remember we were just gonna do the one bay where we drove the ambulances in without the end wall, without the 3 doors, and it was just gonna be a single bay where they could kinda stack them in there.
What is wall door protection on here? What does that mean?
So there's metal corner guards to keep people from bumping into stuff. There's vinyl, they call it Acrovan. Hospitals use it a lot, just so that it's not painting. I took it off basically because it's an expensive product. I mean, they like it, but is it necessary to the function of the building? No. Cause I think we had about 29,000 in that stuff. And it was the bid product that came in on bid day, so there's also some changes that can be made there to minimize what was, actually required or needed. So I think we can make something work there. So basically they want the entire shell size, but they still want the health department completely finished out at like with 2.4. Cause I think we did that scenario and it won't make it,
that's option B.
which was still 3.4.
So option B was fully built out health department as originally designed.
I think it's a little bit less than that. I didn't push it real hard because being at 3.4 at the time, it was like, there's no point in really pursuing that.
Can I offer or ask a question? Out of all the items, if we kept framing, insulation, toilet accessories, toilet compartments, wall door protection, gyp board, OHD sectional door, flooring, including installation, and acoustic ceiling, not including the amount for the plumbing, HVAC, and electric. I mean, of course, we probably have to look at the electric. Little over 6.
And that is
Now
the
that's
majority of your health department.
Right, so, but minus the electrical part and the HVAC are the two. I mean, I get that electric needs to be there. And before we could even do the drywall, that would have to be done. But taking out all the little extras like, I'm not sure what fire caulking is. And that, and
If you
really,
penetrate firewalls, I mean, it's pretty minimal, but
yeah, I mean, that's a very minimal, so that probably wouldn't be, we could probably just add that anyways. With just those, minus the electric and HVAC and the plumbing, is 400, give or take, just a rough number. So that would put us at 2.5.
right, adding that onto the 2 for the shell.
Yeah, and we got 240 in engineering alone right now, as of start date. So we're,
You will have some with roughing,
Oh, of
more than
course.
some, so.
So we're still just really close to the 3 million number. So, but putting those primary things in, just primary, I guess holding off on if we took the tape and paint out, which I did, the chipboard was the whole building, correct?
Yeah, that's pretty much all we needed, cause all of the chipboard is in the health department, the rest is just metal building.
That firewall must use up a ton of it.
Yeah, there's 4 layers of rock there on, 65 foot, 16 foot tall.
Now, if we took out all the labor and had the building erected in the frame and just purchased all of the materials and left it inside, we'd at least own the materials and we could piecemeal labor out from that point on. It's another option I was thinking about doing. So, we own the HVAC system, we own the 50,000 miles of electrical wires that would probably need outlets and all that. We just purchase everything out and then allow Deb and her team to ask for community support to come in and spend time with assembly and all that, but I don't know how that stands for the building code and, it still would have to be inspected and everything else.
Sure.
But we would own everything with the shelter blade done, everything would be protected by the weather.
You're talking just on the ambulance side.
No, full building, we own all the lumber for the framing, we own all the toilets, the stalls and everything else.
Or you gonna wood frame or something.
There's wood inside.
I'm not sure still would be any cheaper, I think it's roughly the same.
About the same by the time you double plate. It depends on the carpenters, what they prefer basically, or what they design them to, so.
And with the large bays and stuff like that, it's just another option to have it community support or, at some point, that would be a lower impact on each department to have the framing done, we could just do it, but we'd own everything, assembly required. After, of course, the building is completely erected, staying with option D, with the building fully assembled, and then take whatever we have and buy all the materials, and then work to get community support and each department over the next couple of years to pay for the labor to assemble them per the specs we have from Stahly. That I'm probably
Right.
missing a ton of things, but as an option, like we only have till December to spend a portion of the grant funds, which will easily be done.
I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
Well, I don't know, if we keep going back to the table, it's gonna be, but like,
Yeah, well, the footing in the metal building are gonna eat up a large portion of it, right away.
I just thought,
But yes, that's a good way to get a structure there. And then we'll work with you however we need to.
well, I guess just after we expend the funds that were granted to us, we could always find another grant possibly down the road that would help us finish one section but we would be at the full size.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
And then we would own everything and then it would all be stored and not damaged.
I was figuring this morning, based on most of these scenarios, to get everything we want, we've gotta get down to like just under 5,000 square foot building if we were to do everything today.
Right.
And I don't think it's enough to satisfy the 3 needs.
No, and the 3 needs are priority, like what you said. Those are the 3 things that we were trying to accomplish. This has been going on, 10 years, like hoping that we would do this, so at least we would have the structure. We'd have everything built in there and working with you and the local contractors and local communities, stuff like that. Maybe we can raise money or we can get the local contractors to help build it, frame out half and use some of the health department budget, the EMS budget. We have, once we finish up the sheriff's department, we have next year's Homeland Security grant. We can always apply for it to help us finish out the building. Especially because that's that control and operation room besides training. Just an option, or at least there's an idea.
Yeah.
So that would be option B then, Bill? Is
Yeah, that would be, and that was basically to get it shelled out in D.
When you're saying concrete foundation, is that a concrete floor or concrete?
I believe this 190,
Oh, with all the drains and everything.
some under slab, you probably wanna get in there. I mean, and this building will stand, the way it's designed, it'll stand without the slab. I mean,
Well, I
with the grade
understand that.
beams, so we can minimize maybe how much we wanted to finish out. As far as putting the slab in it, with these new pumps and everything they've got nowadays, the guys don't complain too much about pouring inside. We do it a lot, so.
But there's no slab on the,
I'm trying to remember, I didn't focus on D near as much as some of the others, this last week.
Well, even if you broke that in half, that's not the biggest chunk. Like, the biggest chunk is your HVAC, your.
I think it did have slab in there.
in my experience, you don't wanna pass when you have an opportunity to put slab in.
Block out bathrooms and stuff maybe, but
Didn't you guys have a discussion that you didn't want concrete or gravel in the middle of the building?
I'm not in favor
It's,
of that.
seemed like you,
That was one of the times it was
Before
added.
the slab done. But do you think, Bill, that's included in?
I believe it is. Cause there was 3 options there that still had, in that 200,000 range. And my option E has all of it in there, 212, so I think it did have. Well, the reason I bumped up a little on option E is I found out that the civil guy didn't have sidewalks and stuff, so I had a little bit more in there coming back in option E. Well, most of these option E numbers I think are quite accurate. I worked them pretty hard. Everybody, jumped on it this week and looked at what they had and gave me all their best foot forward as far as, like I say, a lot of things that were taken out and we can do this, we can do that, but, I don't, like I say, it's hitting a 2.8 for that 60 by 127. I don't see, I can't squeeze 400,000 out of that. I mean, no way. And Bill our full plan set. I mean, doing what Brian says and bringing it together piece by piece, I mean, we can definitely get a shell in there.
So I just wanna make sure before I ask a question, I should, we're looking at D, 65 by 177. That is the original, correct?
That's the original size, and we could still consider dropping it to 2 feet.
Off the side.
I don't know that we need that. It was more for headroom in the storage area,
Correct.
and we're staying away from the edges, so that might be good money to not put in
It'll
there.
skim up in the storage slightly, because of the pitch of the roof.
What are you gonna,
Six-
lose 2-3 feet on each side?
Yeah, it's only 2 feet,
I'd
but
have to look, but yeah.
Yeah.
That was
What's the run on?
Pretty big number too, wasn't it, like
What's the run on the
80,000
roof?
bucks difference?
it drops quite a bit. I mean,
Look at the architectural.
3-4 12.
it's kind of wasted space right now. I mean, the way we're using it.
My experience is more storage is more junk.
But just to clarify that would be us supplying the gravel, but them hauling it?
Option E was,
How about option?
he would take it out of the pile, but he would haul it here and put it in.
Option D, you still have the same thing, correct?
D, I didn't adjust anything, so obviously we can start sliding those numbers over, to do the same thing. So option E was a 65 by 127 footprint. Option D was the full 65 by 177.
And that 50 feet cost that much more, huh?
Yeah, well, no, like I say, I did not adjust, he didn't adjust his dirt number for option D.
Okay, so I'm like,
So it's gonna come down more in that 420 range, a little bit more because we put 50 feet back on it, but.
Well, he was at, what, 110, didn't he say?
well, the number goes from 4 to 6.
No, I'm
Oh,
saying,
okay.
his original number is 680. And then with supplied gravel,
Yeah, he,
Was
he
you're
420.
hauling it was about,
like you say, it was a,
so you're down to 5.
Also,
And we can't haul it?
We
Sorry,
can.
apologies.
we can, I think the consensus was that they were too dang busy to do it. And
Yeah.
maybe he'd handle it better if
Steve
he.
at the road did talk to, Raymaker Construction, and they've got a lot of 3/4 minus right here in town that he would sell, I think he said $18. Just a FYI, cause that would
Mhm.
save a lot of trucking too.
that we can source all the material.
Yeah, no, and that was his intent with this last one, but he was really thinking we have most of it, he just trucked it in
Yeah.
at 420.
Well, that would drop the D option another 200.
It'll drop there too, yep.
And maybe even if we get to the point where we have bought everything and there's still left over to finish out the framing, I guess I would say that the frame, or not the framing as much, well, the framing, but then the plumbing, HVAC and electrical would be the next highest priority. And then drywall, we could definitely get a lot of
How much-
volunteer help.
How much your HVAC needed framing to support?
There was a lot. Some of it up on the deck, I believe, cause we're talking 5 furnaces in there. Scott's idea was, and the mechanical engineer, to use furnaces, so they're easy to maintain. I mean, now the mechanical contractor he said, I'd rather put in one of our rooftop unit, which he wouldn't put on the roof, he'd put outside. But, he said it would be cheaper because there would be less condensate issues, less gas plumbing, but you don't have a backup. You know, that one RTU goes down and it's probably, it's probably a $15,000 machine to have a backup sitting out there. And a little more expertise over just having a local guy come and adjust it a little bit, but I mean, Great Falls not far away from there. But still.
So that's with the outdoor unit?
Everything we've done to this date is the furnaces.
Okay.
Yeah, they have,
5 of them,
you know,
and
they just run different areas of the
Yeah.
building.
I'm just trying to think. What do you have, if we were to do a bunch of this work, what do we have to do first? Based on how you thought it out.
If you were physically, the county was doing it, excavation for the footing and bringing the gravel.
Building's up, you guys have walked away,
Oh.
slab is in it.
Um,
No, I'm going with what he's talking about.
so you got a frame standing there, you're gonna have to get, the basic plumbing work done. I mean, if we haven't put a slab in yet. If the slab's
If the
in,
slab's in, everything's stubbed up.
the plumbing's already done, we're basically gonna need the frame first then, so that we can start, putting electrical in the walls and plumbing in the bathrooms,
That's what I was thinking.
I say we stick with option, I would say stick with option D and just buy everything out. And then whatever we have, we can squeeze out after that as assembly. And that way we can at least build the health department.
With the full slab and the plumbing.
Well, even if we just put a wall for the training area, it's an open up space, and then
Yeah.
electrical, of course,
With
that's
a full
a huge
slab.
priority, but I am in agreement with Deb and her team that going smaller is like the worst, cause then we can,
Yeah.
like you said,
Yeah.
we'll just never be able to go back, but
Yep, that would be the end of it, I agree with that.
like, based on what I was just calculating just really quickly, I think if the groundwork is done correctly, we have quite a bit left over to buy everything. Close to,
just taking, figuring labor's half and half,
yeah, so if you cut half that out, you might be able to squeeze it all in, missing a few nuts and bolts here and there. But just trying to figure out how we're going to, from this point forward, start building, I guess.
I would say electrical equipment, plumbing is always going to be fairly available. Run to anywhere, pick up toilets and stuff. Same with lumber, we might see some stuff go up and down this year, but probably not to the extent of breaking jobs.
Are these all three of these companies that I don't recognize them, they're all from Great Falls, Helena, or?
Yeah, they're all right here in Great Falls, and all of them uniquely are kind of, they've been going to the smaller communities. I haven't seen them, I see them in Great Falls a lot, but as I talk to all of them, they're like, well, yeah, we like working in Choteau and Augusta, they're spending a lot of time traveling out to the community, so it's nothing new to them.
Okay. I just figured that was a lot of transportation time too, so.
No, that was my question too, but they're like, no,
We could bus them in, we had a bus.
What do you guys think of that, bringing the wall down a couple feet?
I'm okay with that.
I'm all right with that, yeah.
I can't see the detriment to doing that.
On the engineering side, how much more work is that gonna be to just drop it to 2 feet? I mean, everything's gonna have to be, not everything, but some things will have to be reworked.
Yeah, it's mostly an architectural thing, so I'd have to ask Scott to answer your question.
Okay. I'm just trying to think if that's another fee on top
Right.
for the 2 feet.
I
Is
don't-
the cost of dropping it 2 feet the same cost it's gonna cost for us to have it
Just leave it.
re-engineered?
I mean, I wouldn't think you'd change the height of any walls or anything inside, so it is probably just a matter of,
Yeah.
Drop it.
Changes to the mezzanine.
we wouldn't change any, we're already designed for a footing that'll handle the extra height, so I wouldn't think we'd change it, we'd just leave it.
But if you came back and said, well, because the height is not gonna change the concrete or the groundwork or any of that,
Right.
and the height saves us $30,000, engineering could cost us the exact same fee.
Right, this will.
And longer delays.
Right.
Just an option to look at on what I guess that would be.
And I'm with you, cause, I mean, honestly, I ordered that size about 2 months ago. So if we just ride with it, that's great.
How much longer do we have with that quote left?
Like I say, it's entered, and if we just leave it, all I gotta do is tell them, hey, these are your official colors, go. To be honest, if today, you told me yesterday, yeah, if you're gonna change it to the smaller size, I'm gonna charge you about $1,500 to cancel the order, and then go back with a additional, even if it's a smaller building.
So we have
There is some cost.
the
to
cost of
cancel what I already
canceling.
have rolling.
Are we gonna get with the new steel prices, knowing that we have to order that different size building?
In the next 2 weeks, I would say, yeah, we're gonna have steel prices.
I'm just trying to think of the extra cost that we have engineered for the height of the building by 2 feet. What will that cost plus the cancellation, and will we end up back at the same price for the shorter building and have lost our stake on the 2 feet?
Correct.
I know it's not a lot, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's really worth the.
Is it, I have to ask a question, but maybe it's, is it an engineering issue to cut studs 2 foot shorter on that firewall? And where is dropping a building 2 feet become an engineering issue?
From a structural standpoint, it's not gonna be detrimental,
No. I'm talking from a cost standpoint.
right?
Is-
Well,
is
again,
that- is
it's
that
more of
a-
an architectural question, so I can't answer that.
Yeah, and that, there is always little things, I mean, I can order, that wall probably would be smart to do metal studs, so we can get longer ones, that divider wall. So we take a couple feet off that, I mean, it does add up, but you've
Well,
got a
I'm
very
not,
good
I'm
point.
not talking about cost savings in terms of materials, I'm talking about how much engineering and architecting does it take to subtract 2 from a.
Yeah,
Right.
then,
Right. And
To,
again,
to me, that's changing from, for example, 12 feet to 10 feet. I learned to do that in the 2nd grade, how much does
Yeah.
it cost to,
we
Make that
generally
move.
just do it, and even if we have sounds like we have a permit, even if it's in hand,
Yeah.
we still just,
Permits there.
we just do it, and generally the architect can say, hey, we handwrite, we deleted 1 foot in the entire building. Go.
Yeah.
you know, I know that sounds a bit facetious, that question, but being able to subtract 2 from a number, I don't think is a multi-$1,000 event.
No, I wouldn't think so.
I agree with you, but again, he has to change his mind, so I'm not gonna, I can't give you a number.
And we talked to Scott, I mean, to build it, I don't need the 2 foot not there.
Right.
And granted, we get 2 feet less of insulation and 2 feet less of siding and 2 feet less of door or whatever, but
2 feet less of heating.
2 feet, but
Yeah.
at the same point though, that gets eaten up on your end.
The doors
Um,
do still fit the key.
Yeah.
Any number of concerns in the gable end, and I think we're still okay, right?
Correct. But I can run some quick scenarios just with that building, and I'm with
Well,
Yes,
and then,
it
but,
should be.
but even if you say the 15,000, 20,000, we're gonna dump that over on the engineering side to be accurate and load bearing and all that other fun stuff that has to be put on that piece of paper. So we didn't really save anything.
On the other deal.
I'm not saying-
Wanna get going,
Mhm.
it would probably be easier to proceed today if we're just stuck with the original building.
It would.
Yep.
I agree. I think that would be
Mhm.
my vote.
I'll agree with that.
And Deb says, just please make sure that the ambulance can still fit through the doors if we take the 2 feet out.
Don't worry about it, that
Now,
one.
there's,
She's monitoring today, so
it is always,
she's shooting me texts and stuff.
No,
it seems like those overhead door guys always want more space. You know, I used to get by with 18 inches all the time, and now they want 2 foot minimum, you know, over top of their doors.
So, some adjustments on the dirt work, and then to move forward with the shell, the concrete, the groundwork, the doors, the windows, basically what you have for option D, with a later on list of cost of equipment, or cost of material purchased and put in the building for later build out. May put us in the number. I mean, if we can't order the toilets right now because it goes over 2.4, we can buy toilets at Home Depot at a later date. Or wait till somebody's remodeling and borrow one.
Those scrounge used ones.
Yeah, go to the dump.
Yeah.
So Bill,
I think that's a good
if we go with the original size building and they can get the gravel from us, you can tell him about Rainmaker, he's got a lot of that 3/4 minus right here within a mile of the building site, which may help him out a little bit too.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether that was $18 a yard or a ton,
I don't know.
but Steve did say it was $18, but Jim.
Okay.
So do we wanna make the decision to go ahead with the shell and the full slab? And the HVAC? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
And we're gonna have to, a lot of discussion on how much we're gonna buy, I guess. Cause we're not,
Oh, no, I completely understand that, but I mean, actually starting to see the ground move, the construction being
Yeah.
built. I only have till, I mean, I can spend it when I have to by December. Like I said, as soon as you send me an invoice, we can buy the building and all the other stuff. We gotta spend it, or I have to give it back,
yeah,
Right.
which makes the budget even tighter.
right.
Well, let's look at the shell slab. And then that's add pieces to it.
Right. No,
The
I-
HVAC, like the firewall, I like to know just standalone, what the difference is on that firewall.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. We want, make the decision, we're gonna do the whole shell. And then we can just itemize à la carte what we can afford to
Right.
purchase after that.
Okay.
And itemize what we have to have.
At least we'll be able to get going on it.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
we'll have.
And we had the building permit, so start date
Yeah, I see that.
roughly would be tomorrow.
I mean, realistically, if we're gonna stick with this size building, I just need to get some subs organized and we could start pouring concrete.
Mhm.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So just so I'm clear, we probably need to have a number. Yeah, is there any way you can get that to us today?
It'd be the readjustment on the gravel.
Plus some rough end.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that's what I need, clear
Yeah, that's what we.
guidelines from here to there, what do we want in that number?
Yeah,
Well, option D to move forward with the shell, correct?
Yeah.
With the full shell,
With
let's say
slabs.
7x65 with slabs. And then to just, I guess, the gravel work or the gravel cost.
Well, that's all included, so
And then-
let's talk a shell, foundation, a slab, and everything that goes under the slab.
Right, so under slab is,
And that includes all the doors and windows, so
Let's
we're,
get everything stubbed up, all our drains figured in, and then that start itemizing in chunks forward.
Okay.
That sound,
I mean, I can get this number, it might take a couple days, just, cause as I was dealing with the dirt guy yesterday, he's like, well, I gotta go run an excavator, you know, so where he's at today, I don't know.
so what I'm saying is, I guess, maybe help these other guys, if we start at the next level, where do we have to go to get to the next level, and let's make that a stop point. So what is our next step that has to be completed in its entirety, and what's our next step, completed in entirety?
Okay,
And at some point, we'll decide that that's as many steps as we can handle.
Sure.
can,
Okay.
can you make a motion to start building option D with, I guess with the next meeting, getting the updated prices for the reduction in what we did for gravel work and stuff, but the project to move forward? How does that work?
I think we could make the motion to order the building today, because that's
that's really what we need to do.
that's what we need,
Get
right?
that moving.
And then if you can get us numbers, we could have a meeting next week for that.
Okay, now, hate to throw this back at you, are we gonna go with the wing wall building with the decorative ends, or simpler?
Just, we cancel the windows.
Okay,
Just steel building.
okay, cause I mean, it saved like $15,000 just to go to a silver roof. And where it was dark brown,
Yeah, that's what
you, unless you're in an airplane, you can't see it typically.
I wanna add some color to it, we can build it into the corner of the.
Well, exactly,
Some J strip here or there.
that costs nothing to put
Right.
black corners on it or whatever Scott, I guess, would decide to do.
Trim out on the door.
'Cause I would advise that, cause I like the silver roof because it's economically there and you don't really gain a lot of value because you can't get far enough away from them to see most of them.
Mhm.
So I can cut a little money off of this, I guess, is what.
Structural integrity, and then that's,
Yeah, no problem there.
figure out a way to make it economical.
Yeah.
So for now, we just need to vote on ordering the building, of the size that we talked about. So do I have a motion?
I would move that we order the building that's expressed in option B, 65 by 177, they show an 18-foot sidewall, with that sidewall drop to 16.
I thought we were gonna leave it at 18.
If we drop it to 16, we'd have to cancel the order, and then we may end up with the exact same cost.
Well, then leave it at 18. I'll retract.
I would second that.
Okay, any further discussion on that?
And to clarify, are you going with the silver roof?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that was in the motion, wasn't it, Brian?
That was
Slide
a
it
good
way
one.
back in there.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Alright, we're making headway now.
There we go.
And then
I think it's a good move.
we're gonna have, our next meeting is April 3rd. Do you wanna wait that long, or do you want us to have a meeting next week to go over these numbers? What's your timeframe?
What would make a concrete slab go faster?
April 3rd will be next Thursday.
2 weeks.
No, that would be 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Mhm.
Let's,
April
let
3rd.
me work a couple days here and, I mean, I can send some emails out and say, yeah, we need to discuss this, or we can wait till the 3rd. I think we can wait till the 3rd.
Okay.
I mean, not, just having this moving, I think the 3rd's okay.
It's gonna take you a couple weeks to put all this stuff.
We'll tentatively put you on the agenda for the 3rd, Bill.
Okay,
Yeah, I think leaving that building the same size as, cause then Scott's not gonna have to redraw anything, we can just go with what we figured out already.
yeah. We did the eggplant for the hood rights and I'm onto the 3rd expansion already in just a handful of years. We never have enough space.
Yeah, the department heads that we talked to were adamant that, and Deb said, she made the statement that she's got a roof over her head, the health department needs the space quicker than she does. She can wait if it's 3 or 4 years out, she can screw up with that. So,
Okay. Alright, that's good. Forward movement.
yeah. Okay, I must have an agenda there somewhere.
So,
Instead of all the meetings around. Okay, so we're good on the building?
yes.
Okay, thanks, Bill. I appreciate you too, Aaron. It's just,
Yeah, thank you guys.
it's easier if we have deep pockets and we just don't. We're getting there.
We have those needs to start doing soon, right?
Okay, so we're done with building decision?
Mhm.
Okay,
Just-
commission reports. Oh,
I just wanna bring up, I'm sure you're aware, but we did get the state building permit.
okay, good. So we're ready to roll.
Now,
And that was only half off.
Okay.
is the city gonna make you pull one as well?
I'll get with them.
Okay.
No.
I'm sure we do have to get one.
Oh, it said that we are in the, yeah,
Yep.
it shouldn't be, we'll
I
do it.
didn't know if they were gonna, because it's a county project, if they were gonna,
We'll probably at least run it past them if they say yeah or nay, but
okay.
we'll have to worry about the septic and stuff, lines and all that.
Yeah.
At some point, so.
Okay, so we're done with building?
Mhm.
All right. So commissioner reports. Mel, on Monday, the road superintendent got a hold of a guy that knew a lot about calcium chloride roads. And Sam and I went out with the expert and with Steve, and we looked at the Bellevue Road, and I was happy to hear that the calcium chloride is still in the road. And his thought was that it was probably just the dry years, that we've had 3 dry years of no rain, which caused it to deteriorate, but he came up with a plan of what Steve needs to do to try to rehab that road and make it last longer. And so we're gonna try, I think Steve's idea on Monday was we're gonna try to do from Triangle Packing west a couple miles and see if what we're being told actually works. So we'll do a test on that sometime this year, cause that's been a bone of contention. And also, I met with Stuart and Keith about the law enforcement contract. We didn't talk any specifics, it was just kind of a, let's learn how to work together and get this ball rolling. And that's all I have for commissioner reports. You guys have anything?
I don't have anything
I don't
further than that.
Okay. Public notices?
County's live stream videos are being migrated from Facebook to the Choteau Acantha's YouTube channel, which is where they will continue to reside now that Facebook will be deleting live streamed videos on a 30-day rolling schedule. So I have migrated everything that's current, and I'm as far back as, I wanna say, July 2023, and I will keep doing 20 videos a day until all of them are on the YouTube channel.
Sounds like fun.
It's a lot of fun.
But at least it fulfills what we need to do. That was
Yes,
kind of exciting
yeah.
that Steve figured that out for us.
Yeah, it will make sure that county videos of the Commissioners Meeting and Board of Health are kept continuously. I think the state law is for 1 year, so, but I want this to be an archival group of videos so that if anybody wants to go back 3 years or 4 years, they can find. And on the YouTube channel, they're categorized by playlist. So there's a Teton County Commissioners playlist, there's a Board of Health playlist, Choteau City Council playlist, and then miscellaneous other meetings that we've had.
So we're gonna be on YouTube.
Now you're gonna be on YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
So I will work with whoever I need to work with to get a link to that channel on your website so that people can just go there. And I'll put that out on our Facebook page as well.
Okay. All right. Anything further?
Nope, good.
Okay.
Move to adjourn.
April 3rd.